Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to another video. It is currently Sunday, August 1st, 2024. The previous video I made was a best case scenario for Kamala Harris. Today, I'll be making a best case scenario for Donald Trump. We are less than 100 days away from the general election. We're about 95 days away. How it has just flown by. I mean, we're in the final stretch now, and of this election, and it is quite weird. This is probably one of the strangest elections we've had in modern history because Kamala Harris is not the was never the democratically elected nominee of the party, and nobody really expected. I guess some people expected, but not many expected Biden to step aside. He said he wasn't going to for a few weeks, and then he decided to step aside, and now Kamala Harris is the nominee. So it's the first time we've ever had uh, somebody like Kamala Harris basically um, become the nominee under these circumstances. Her campaign really is only going to be about 3.5 months, and she has made tremendous progress against Trump compared to Biden in the last 17, 18 days. Things have really shaped up to becoming more of a coin flip election. Previously, it was about a 60-40 in favor of Trump. Now it's 50-50. But today it's a best case scenario prediction. So this is not my actual prediction. This is simply how I think the best case for Donald Trump in this election going forward. Anyway, with that being said, let's get right into the video. We'll start with the safe Trump states, given this is oriented toward Trump today. And you're more than welcome to go back and watch my other video on the best case scenario for Harris. But yeah, in this scenario, Texas still would not be a safe state. However, states like Iowa and Ohio and Maine's second congressional district would all be safe for Trump, getting him to 149 electoral votes. Looking into the margins, um, states, you look at Oregon and Washington, we'll keep them as safe. However, they definitely will be much more narrow. She'd probably only win them by about 10 points. Going up here, we'll leave New Jersey and New York out of it for the moment. However, they will be in Kamala Harris's column. Forgot about Massachusetts and Rhode Island for a second. They will be in Kamala Harris's column in the likely category. But in a best case scenario, they could not narrow up to go in favor of Harris by single digits, upper single digits. Let's take a look at our likely Trump states. This will be Florida, this will be North Carolina, and Texas. All very big prizes for Donald Trump. With him winning all of those, the safe and the likely, that means that he would retain all of the states he won back in 2020, gaining due to the reallocation of electors and electoral votes from following the census. So now he's at 235 electoral votes. Texas and Florida have, Texas was looking as if it was going to be shifting more Democratic. However, kind of stabilized it around a Republican plus 5 to 10 aggregate. That makes it a likely state. People thought that it would be a toss-up or even a blue state by now. Hasn't really changed. Florida has tremendously shifted to the right due to Puerto Ricans and Venezuelans and Cubans especially shifting in favor of Republicans. Miami-Dade's almost completely flipped. In North Carolina, when you look at some of those polls in North Carolina, Trump is performing very well. Previously against Biden, he was doing better, but this time around, still not bad. Likely Harris states, this will be the state of New York, this will be the state of New Jersey, Colorado, will all be likely for Kamala Harris, getting her to 191 electoral votes. Lean Trump states, state of Georgia, state of Arizona, state of Nevada, and the state of Pennsylvania, getting him to 287 electoral votes. All of those, he's performing relatively well in the polls compared to how he did in the polls in 2020 and 2016. Also, keep in mind the fact that Republicans, especially Donald Trump, is usually underestimated in the polls. Now, could be very different this time around, but historically underestimated, especially in the Rust Belt. And this time around, it's a dead heat in the polls in the Rust Belt. So it could mean that he would end up winning in those states by a few points. But, let's be a little bit hesitant before we make that final prediction. However, I see that he'll win. Pennsylvania is doing pretty well in Pennsylvania. I think the fact that he had the assassination attempt there bolsters his support in the state. Lean Harris states, this will be the state of New Mexico, Maine at large, Virginia, and I'll also include the state of Minnesota for the moment. So 221 for Kamala Harris. Tilt to Trump. In a best case scenario, states of Michigan and Wisconsin would tilt in favor of Trump, as well as New Hampshire, 2nd Congressional District, and Kamala Harris would tilt New Hampshire in her favor. So 313 to 225 is the final best case scenario prediction. Not my actual prediction, my best case scenario prediction. With that being said, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more videos as we get closer to the election. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you for 1,000 subscribers. And yeah, comment below your thoughts on this best case scenario prediction. Have a good one.